Haven't seen a single kayaker today, but maybe now that it's warmed up, maybe one will go down. Earlier this morning I was at Cucumber Falls and I was at the slides and I didn't see any kayakers, or I don't think there's any rubber boating today. It's just a little too chilly, I guess. But I can imagine a kayaker. Reason is that the you can get in and out of the water really fast, so even if you did dump and got a little wet, but most of these guys, they all wear wetsuits, obviously. The water's really low. I think it's between 2 and 3 feet. It has to get up to 10 feet and then it gets really challenging. I think above 6 or 8 feet you got to be a professional. I think above 3 and 4 feet they don't even allow tours, not unless you're all experienced guys that do it, professionals. Basically they can do it. They got all the equipment and stay warm. Certain landmarks that I always look for when I do the Fern Cliff Trail, and when I do this little section of the Fern Cliff Trail between the Fern Cliff parking lot and Main Falls. I call it the little tree in the middle of the river. It's a straggly little old tree that's not really in the middle of the river. It's on a rock shelf, rock ledge, but in high water the rock ledge gets covered with water, and it has the appearance of being in the tree, a little tiny little tree that's trying to survive in the middle of the river, but it's not. Only gets totally covered, super high water, I guess around 6 to 8 feet, 4 or 5 feet maybe. I don't know, I haven't fully gauged it yet. I'll do enough videos and then get more info on the little tree in the middle of the river. We're coming up to it. There's a natural fossil that points right to the little tree in the middle of the river. And I'll dig that fossil out so you can see where that fossil is. It's a nice little slot fossil from a trunk of I guess a ancient fern that used to grow here. Became fossilized. Anyways, the slot of that trunk points right to the little tree in the middle of the river. So you can always find the little tree in the middle of the river. I want to see how that guy does. Okay, there's the little tree in the middle of the river right there. See the heavy branch going that way. All this rock ledge, all that area down there gets totally covered with water. Water covers all of that in high water. Where the mist is, that's where the Main Falls is. There's the Tourist Information Center. Low Bridge, Youghiogheny River flowing that way, Main Falls. Then as you go down the river, the first of the next spectacular things is the Meadow Run stream coming into the Youghiogheny, and about 400-300 yards up the Meadow Run is the Meadow Run Slides natural slides area, which is probably the #1 or #2 spectacular erosion wonder here in the park, besides the falls here. And as you, the Youghiogheny is going that way, as you go past if you were floating as you go past the Meadow Run. The next thing you run into is Cucumber Run coming in as well from your left. And Cucumber Run, about 200 yards up, is the Cucumber Falls, so main falls. Then it comes Meadow Run Slides. Next, going down river is Cucumber Falls, and you go all the way around and it goes back over there, and that's High Bridge. And those are the big four, so you can see all four of the big four in one trip, pretty easy, in about an hour coming to Ohiopyle. And there's parking lots. Here's the parking lot of Fern Cliff, right where that train trestle goes into the parking lot right over there. And I call it the train track parking lot because when the train's going through there, it makes a racket, so you know you're at the train track parking lot. And from the train track parking lot, you can see Main Falls here, and or you could go that way, follow that line of Low Bridge that continues across the forest for about 600-700 yards to High Bridge. So High Bridge, Main Falls, you can get from the from the Fern Cliff parking lot. These are steps, but nobody's been walking on the steps today. When the water's real high, where we're standing is got water, so the water is real low today. Probably 2 to 3 feet today. When it gets up around 6 or 8 feet, 10 feet, then it's just a brown mass tearing down the river. Oh, well, we missed the little. Okay, so I was going to show you where the fossil is for spotting the little tree in the middle of the river, but that fossil looks like it's covered. That fossil's right in here. Where is it? Right in here. Can't even see it. There's a little tree in the middle of the river. There's a fossil that points right towards it. Right here. Did I get it? I don't know. Look at that. Roughly there's a little fossil right there that points right to the little tree in the middle of the river.